Welcome back to another episode of Live with Carisha with the virtual edition, taken all the way to the West Coast with rapper, influencer, gold lyrical genius, the infamous LaRussel. How are you?
Come on, I'm great.
So I want to start with a icebreaker question. What does being an artist mean to you?
What does it mean to me? Being an artist to me means being a voice for people who don't typically have a voice, and being a caveat, for people to express or relieve things that they don't generally get to throughout life. You're just acting as a channel for other people to communicate.
That's very well said. So you grew up in the Bay Area. I don't want to mess up the name. Is it Vallejo, the name of your city?
Yep,
Yeah.
Vallejo.
Oh my God. Okay. First of all, where is that? What's it like? How big is the city? I've never heard of it until I did my research on you.
That's Manny. So Vallejo, you've heard of E40, yeah?
Yes, of
Mac
course. I
Gray,
love
her,
E40. Tell me
the
when you
singer
heard.
her is from
Yeah.
Vallejo as well.
Okay, I didn't know she was from there.
Yeah, so Vallejo, it's a very small city though. Very small city. We're in between Sacramento and Oakland and San Francisco. We're like in the heart of the Bay Area.
Mm. What's it like growing up there? Are you still there or did you relocate?
Yeah, I'm still here. This is home.
So what was it like growing up there?
Um, Very typical,
Is it a black neighborhood or is it mixed or is it like
Vallejo, I think Vallejo is like statistically one of the most diverse cities in the world. Like by statistic. I grew up with everything except white people, honestly. Like a little bit of I've seen, minimal whites.
really?
Right.
That's good. So how did you
Yeah,
find
that's great news, right?
yeah, I'm power to the people. How did you find hip hop? Like walk us through where you were, how old you were when you first fell in love with the art of hip hop and hip hop music.
I don't have like an exact moment, but that's all I really heard as a child growing up. My pops and my mom played a lot of hip hop, car rides, getting dropped off to school, going to daycare, going to see my grand, everywhere. My aunts play hip hop, like our whole family, listen to hip hop. So I don't have an exact moment, but it's been the soundtrack, to my life.
So your family's big on hip hop too? Your mom
Yeah,
and your
yeah.
dad?
Yeah. My mom and pops are like they were younger, so they were slapping all the bass shit and all the Jay-Z's and Nas and a little bit of everything. So yeah, I grew up on hip hop heavy.
And you mentioned your dad a lot in your music. You guys must be like really tight. Like I just hear dad lyrics and references to my pops, to your pops all throughout your content. Like, what's the relationship like with your dad? Is he like your inspiration?
I would say in some ways, yeah. Definitely, he's definitely been a big figure throughout my life. He's been a great father, and he's a business partner of mine. We've made a lot of investments together and took a lot of these risks together early on.
That's amazing. Okay, so you guys got some businesses together, but outside the music, you have
No, this
businesses.
is our business together. The music is our business together. So
Okay,
he's a co-owner in my company as well.
good company.
Yes.
Okay, do y'all have other artists on the label, or is it strictly just you,
It's
LaRussel?
not a label. We don't sign artists. We just help a bunch of artists out. And yeah, there's tons of artists that's just kind of within our network and collective. But yeah, we don't. It's not a label.
Okay, more like a entertainment company.
It's like a media company, just a collective of niggas just doing cool shit.
Oh, that's super dope. It must be fun working with your dad. What you getting for Father's Day?
I didn't get him anything for Father's Day. You know, I give to my dad often. Like
Yeah, you bought him a
just
house. We learned you bought him a house a few years back. I guess he is good. I guess he's good for now. So,
definitely.
are you a father? You have a daughter,
I
right?
am. Yeah, I have a daughter.
Well, happy
Yeah,
belated Father's Day.
I appreciate
How
it.
was your day?
My day today or my Father's Day?
Your Father's Day.
I was stuck in Nebraska. My flight had got delayed, so I couldn't come home. So that was kind of a bummer. So I was kind of just stuck where I was on Father's Day. It wasn't. It was all right. It wasn't that great. I didn't get to come home.
Well, you made it to another day, so that's what that
Right,
matters.
right. I made it out alive.
Amen. So in 2021, you dropped 3 albums. Jesus.
I dropped 6.
6 all in total in 1 year?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a lot of independent artists that follow this platform. So I need you to walk us through mentally why 6 in a year. What kind of work was that for you? I know you didn't get any sleep in those 365 days. That's impossible. You couldn't have slept. You couldn't
That's
have.
hilarious.
No,
Man, I actually, right?
I know
I
you
mean,
didn't sleep.
it's not much of a process for me. I make a lot of music. You know, I'm sitting on like 10 plus albums right now that we just kind of rolling out. I make a lot of music, you know, when I'm feeling good and in those pockets and in those moments, it just flows and it happens. It wasn't too much of a plan or mapped out. I was literally dropping albums as I was creating them. And I just happened to, hit my mojo in the middle of the year and had like a creative spark.
That's a blessing. Do you feel like as an artist, so you don't, because I know some artists they feel like they can't drop at a certain time, like they have to sit on it until like it's the right time or until they get a right fan base. But you don't feel that
Them
way, I
niggas
guess.
crazy. No,
Yeah,
not at all. Not at all. We drop when it's done and it's ready to go. We're gonna put it out there. It's gotta to me, I can't hold on to the music too much. It really has to be current. Like I have to drop things where I am in life because that's how I'm feeling now. If I hold it too long, it won't be relevant or, representative of my current state anymore.
I respect that 100%. Did you have any challenges last year with that big like takeover?
Nah, that was light.
So, what's the biggest risk you ever took with your artistry? Like, what was your jump
I
off
think
the cliff moment for LaRussel?
I think releasing that much music, because anytime you have an abundance of something, you run that risk of oversaturation. And
Mm,
I'm someone who release an abundant amount of music, but I keep getting bigger. People aren't getting tired of hearing me. So I think that was like a grand risk in itself, just flooding the market with that much.
mm, impressive, impressive. So, I'm listening to your catalog, such amazing music. We learned that you actually quit your job to pursue music. What job did you quit? You
I
walked
worked
out,
in the
huh?
aerospace industry at a company called United Technologies.
What? Oh, so you had like a good job, like a career
A
job.
job, right?
Wait. First of all, what year was this that you quit? When did you?
2019.
Oh my God. Like, what was the turning point? Why did you decide to go? Did you let them know? Did you put a 2 weeks notice in or did you just like not show up?
Man, I didn't do a 2 week notice. One night I was just like, I can't do it no more. I contemplated it for about a year. So I started throwing my own shows in 2018 and I kind of worked that job, for that next year and a half to keep funding shit. And yeah, it just I was just overwhelmed. It became too much for me. So yeah, I woke up one night I was discussing it with my daughter's mom and I woke up the next morning and I just went in and wrote my resignation letter and packed all my shit and left.
You got the hell on. Would you
Right?
would you recommend that for other artists to just step out on
No,
faith?
definitely not. I think I think you should step out on faith, but I think that it should align with who you are and your work ethic. I knew when I left that job that I was gonna work 10 times harder to make it happen for myself. If you're not that type of person and you don't have that type of output, I think you should remain in your job until you really see, something start to come into fruition with your career.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's insane. When you quit, how long did it take to get things rolling? Like, did it? I know it didn't just take off within the next week. Was it like you had to get some
No,
struggle meals in
man, I
for a
mean,
few
shit,
days?
shit really just start taking off last year. So it's been up until that time. But one of the signs, probably about a week after I quit, I got a call from a guy at Vivo named Micah, and he was like, "Man, can you come out? I really love your shit." So that was like one of them early signs of like, okay, we're on the right path. You know, the universe was constantly sending me opportunities, and like I said, I was throwing my own shows and shit. So we start just trying to, we just kept making shit happen, kept kind of moving and maneuvering. And, you know, last year it finally like popped where everyone knew what was happening.
Hmm. Do you believe in the power of manifestation?
Definitely. I mean, I believe in the power of me. So, you know, everything that comes from that.
Oh my God. I gotta love it. So what's your beef with the industry? Because all throughout your music, you shit on the music industry so bad, so bad. I'm not judging, not
That's
at all. Because
hilarious.
I am all for independent artists. Like we're on the same page. I consider myself an independent artist. But like, what's your beef?
I don't think it's a beef at all. I think it's just a very tainted organization. And of course, I mean, we have to think of what this industry started as. Like there was a point where niggas was just performing and not getting paid nothing, you know, like the label and the mob bosses and shit took all the money. And, you know, it was a lot of extortion and shit. So that that thing has just revolutionized itself into what it is today. So yeah, it's just a very tainted place to be, and it really alters and taints the people within it. And you know, people, the industry has a way of disrespecting you and insulting you without doing it, you know, in a typical way. They'll do it through paperwork and through contract versus, you know, in real life. They'll never insult you in real life, but they'll do it through paperwork and then say it's just business, you know, and I just don't fuck with that.
So you're never going to sign with a mainstream label.
No, I mean, it's a possibility if it makes sense with the right people, but yeah, I don't have a desire to.
Do you feel like the record labels today are taking advantage of the black males in the music industry?
The blackmails,
The black male rappers, in particular, the ones that keep getting locked up, the ones who do hood music, you know what I mean?
I think they're taking advantage of everyone they can.
Hmm. Do you think there is any way to possibly change that, or is this something that's just going to go on indefinitely?
Um, I think it is a possibility to change it, but it takes a lot of collective power. And I think it's very hard to gain collective power when you have people who aren't getting their needs met. You know, Andre 3000 has a line where he says, you know, I would never tell a nigga, you know, stop selling drugs on the corner if I don't give him another means to make his money. And that's kind of how the industry does. You know, they thrive off of people who don't have the most ideal situation or best circumstance, and they're able to monetize and capitalize on it. So yeah, they'll take advantage of anyone they're able to, you know, it's just as simple as that.
And yeah, tell me about it. So I guess it's safe to say that you feel like for an independent artist, they should try to go about getting things done their own way on themselves and building their own foundation before signing with a label.
I think that's the most ideal thing to do, but I don't think everyone is able to be an independent artist. It takes a lot. It's not an easy task, and it takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of work and discipline, and it takes a lot. I don't think everyone should be an independent artist. Some people just make great art, and they need that infrastructure and backing, and they benefit from signing. You know, everyone doesn't have a bad deal.
Okay. Do you consider yourself a conscious rapper?
No, I just consider myself nigga rapping about life.
You don't consider yourself a conscious rapper, but you put so much into your music about our community and social injustices and Ahmaud
See, but
Arbery
that's
and
the thing.
Sandra
Like
Bland.
like people title the. I'm talking about life. Like you know, I am conscious of what I'm rapping, but I'm not a conscious rapper. Like that, I'm just talking about life. That's the thing. Like they make niggas who talk about real life. They put us in this conscious box, and it's like no, like we just see what's happening, and I'm in the midst of it. Like you know, it's hard not to talk about what's happening around you if you're you know, any type of conscious, but I don't think I'm a conscious rapper. But that's also like, you know, when I hear conscious rapper, I go straight to like Talib Kweli, Mos Def type shit, you know, and I don't resonate there.
Right, right. Yeah, now that you break it down like that, so I definitely see where you're going. So talk to us about your freestyle at the Breakfast Club. You ripped it. Were you nervous?
No, I was excited. I was
First of all,
very
wait, my
excited.
first question. Did they give you the beat like firsthand? Did you know what beat they were going to play, or did you have to like really go off the dome at the Breakfast Club?
No, I brought my own. They let me do what I wanted to do. So, you know, I got to go into it and just decide what I kind of wanted to rap on and how I wanted to deliver.
Mm. Did you set it up yourself, like the meeting at Breakfast Club, or did they like invite you on air? Because that's a big deal. Like the Breakfast Club to go from the West Coast all the way over there, like,
Right? Charlamagne is a really big fan of my shit and just a supporter of me. Like he just fucks with me. So
yeah, he's a real one. I love him to death. So we know you're also a big fan of Hove. You talk about him a lot throughout your music. Shout out, I am as well. If you were to get a feature, which I know you probably will because you're super dope. If you were to get a feature with him, like how you gonna play it out? Who's gonna produce the track? How are you gonna go about getting on the track with the King Goat?
man, I don't know. You know, hopefully one of my homies produce it and they can get a lifetime of revenue from it. But I don't know. That's one of those things I feel like will just happen. I feel like one day I'll just get a surprise call or a surprise verse and it's just gonna be what it is. You know, I have no clue how that's gonna pan out.
Have you started sending him anything? Like, have you tried to get on his radar or?
I haven't through myself, but I'm very much so on his radar. You know, Charlamagne literally told me personally, you know, he plays shit and I really, you know, I speak to Biggs often and he's like a really big fan of what I'm building and shit. I've had meetings with Roc Nation and so they're very aware of what's happening.
Congratulations. Maybe would you sign with Roc Nation or
No.
just why you say that so fast?
The food was cold.
Say no more. Say no more. We don't do cold food.
Simple.
It's gotta be hot. So when you're at your lowest, were you ever what everything just seems to be aligning for you, but before this alignment, when were you at your lowest or how did you rise up?
Man, I visit a new low, you know, often throughout life's a roller coaster. And yeah, I visit new lows often and new highs often. So I'm kind of always dabbling in these spaces.
How do you when you go down on a roller coaster, like do you have like a mantra or a certain exercise you like to do to come back up?
Yeah. When you ride the roller coaster, just put your hands up,
Oh my
you know. That way when you go low or when you go high, it's all just it's a thrill.
I get the roller coaster in life. Like when you're
Yeah,
low.
exactly. The roller coaster of life. Put
Oh,
your
so
hands up.
I get it. So you just take it as you go.
It's a part of the roll. It's a part of the ride. Put your hands up.
I like that. I like that. So what's your thoughts on today's female rappers? Because you're so lyrical and you put so much, I'm not gonna say conscious, we'll just say lyrical. You're so lyrical, you put so much dopeness in your rap. What's your thoughts on today's female rappers? I know there's been a lot of talk about they're over sexualized. Some people have been saying that. Salute all the female rappers, but what's your take? Do you have any favorites?
I do have favorites. I really love No Name. I love Iman Europe, Jane Hancock. I love Glorilla. I just recently seen her shit. I love her shit.
Shout out
Doja
Glorilla
Cat
one
is
time.
Doja Cat's fucking incredible. I like Mulatto. She's tight. Yeah, they're dope.
Okay, I had to ask because you know when I hear you rapping about the stuff you rap about, and then I hear what the females are rapping about, I was like, I just wanted to know like what's his take on that. But thank you for
I
bringing.
think I mean the females are rapping about the same thing the niggas are rapping about. So
Yeah.
yeah, you know, there's not too much of a difference. They just, you know, they just reverse the roles of it, but they're rapping about the same shit.
Do you feel like hip hop is like progressing today, or do you feel like we're like staying the same and not growing?
I think that we're in a state where we need to start subjugating what hip hop is because that genre box is really causing us to not enjoy what's happening. I think some of the new shit that's taking place isn't necessarily hip hop, and it's very hard for us to accept. And then you have the niggas who do hip hop still, you know, and its true form, and that, you know, speaking to the people and really communicating life. I think it's progressing. Definitely, you know, niggas used to say hip hop, hippie to the hippie to, you know, so it's definitely progressing.
Who is your top 3 hip hop rappers of all time?
Uh,
No, I want your top 5. They could be dead or alive. I want LaRussell's top 5 starting lineup. You got to put together a hip hop basketball team. Who you taking?
It's Hove, Andre 3000, Pac, Cole, Kanye.
Okay, we like it. We like it. So we're going to roll into some hot seat questions. Just some fun questions to roll out this amazing interview. Are you ready?
Let's go.
This is hot seat question on Live with Carisha with LaRussel. What's something weird that you put ketchup on?
Nothing. Nothing out of the norm that you would put ketchup on.
Yeah, you never know. What's the difference between a conscious rapper and a hip hop rapper? I got him.
I think they're one and the same. I think to be a hip hop artist, you have to be conscious. You don't have to be a conscious rapper, but you have to be conscious.
Okay. Do you kiss during sex?
Yeah.
What's the freakiest thing you ever did while on tour or at a show?
This is hilarious. Pass.
This is hot seat. This is hot seat. You're gonna pass?
I thought this was about music.
Hot seat questions kind of go between all kinds of things. That's why it's called hot seat. We're putting you in the hot seat.
That's hilarious.
I know. You can pass on that one. Do you have any pets?
I do. I have 2 dogs. Well, my mother has 2 dogs, so I guess they're kind of mine by association.
What kind of dogs are they?
I don't even know. They're a little bit of, I don't know.
Little baby ones?
Nah, they're adult. They're probably about 10, 11 years old, but they're just a mix of of a few things.
I'm cracking up. Have you ever dated a stripper?
No.
Do you have a main or a side chick or a in between? Are you currently dating, in short?
Pass.
Who will win in a versus between Hove and Kendrick Lamar?
Hove.
What's the most expensive purchase you made this year?
My backyard. I renovated my backyard.
That's dope. What's the last book you read?
The Practice.
Who wrote it?
I don't remember.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Do you speak any other languages?
Love. No.
That's cute. Work with me. I like that. What singer would you collab with if you could collab with any singer out today?
Tim's.
Yes. Yes. Do you have any late night cravings?
Women.
Oh my. Are you single?
Pass.
You have to answer that. You can't pass every hot seat question. You have to answer that one. You passed like 3 of them already.
I didn't pass all of them.
You passed like 10 of them already.
That's hilarious.
You passed like 15 of my hot seat questions already.
That's excessive.
Okay, that is a bit excessive. So the fact that you're not answering it tells me that you might not be single. So ladies, I think he might be taken. Just throwing that out there. Did you like Beyonce's new song? She broke the net yesterday. Are you in the Beehive?
I didn't get to sit with it yet.
Okay. We didn't get to dive into it and peel it back. Okay. What's your thoughts on the Hoochie Daddy shirts that the guys are wearing today on social media? I know you guys see it on the West Coast because we see it in the A.
That's hilarious. I love them. I think I got them some right now.
Do you really? Stand up. I want to see. Stand up and let me see your Hoochie Daddy shorts. Are you outside this summer or are you staying inside?
I'm always outside.
And lastly, what upcoming projects is LaRussel giving us? What are you giving the world?
Man, I got some really, I got some really cool, dope, new, fresh shit. I got like 6 projects that we're finna kind of close out the year with, and they're all just different vibes and flavors.
That's amazing. Like 6 different projects. When you say projects, do you mean albums or just like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah,
wow.
some EP, some albums, just a mix of just, things
You're
I've
gonna
been working on.
you're gonna give us all of that in 2022, or is this gonna come like next year
Now
too?
this is we're gonna clear the year. I don't like going into I like to go into the new year's fresh. So I'm trying to, I want to clear out everything.
Wow. So what's your end goal? Like where exactly are we going with this? Because you dropped so many dope projects. Like what is your end goal? What's your 2-year goal? Let's start there.
I don't really have one. I'm just kind of moving as the universe propels me and push me, and I just do whatever the fuck I feel like doing, and wherever that kind of lands me, I'm okay with. Wherever the work takes me, that's just where I'm gonna end up at.
How often do you stay in the studio?
In terms of like making music,
Yeah.
I actually I don't make music often, but I make a lot of it when I do.
I see. You do it in bulk.
Right.
Okay. Okay. When can you not produce? Like, is there a time when you have like writer's block, or is there something that can like put you in the mind where you just don't feel like creating? Are you
Um,
always on go?
Now, yeah, I'm always able to make something, as long as life is happening.
Okay. And lastly, we have a lot of independent artists, like I mentioned, that follow the platform. So what advice can you give to them? You're doing really good. You're making a really big name for yourself. Your music, I can't wait to listen to some more when I get off of this live with you. But what advice do you want to give to can you give to the independent artist that's maybe struggling with how to get their name out there or unsure of which steps to take to grow?
Man, 10,000 shots, shoot 10,000 shots and make great content. Content is king. Everything that you do is based around content. Every item we've ever been sold, or every brand or store we've been pitched to them through content. Your content should be like your most important piece of your brand. It should be very on brand, but yeah, put out 10,000 shots. There's no one in the world who shoots the ball 10,000 times and gets worse.
Hmm. Very well said. Plug in your social media links, King. Where can they follow you at if they are not?
I'm at LaRussel on everything. LARUSSELL.
Okay, and could you just do a drop for us and I'll let you enjoy your day.
What's
You,
up? What's the drop?
you just introduce yourself. Yo, what's up? It's LaRussel, and we just wrapped up another episode, Lava Carisha, or I just tapped in Lava Carisha, however you want to say it.
You said Lava Carisha?
Yes, live with Carisha.
Live with Carisha.
Yes.
Come on, I'm LaRussel. We outside. I'm on the West Coast. We tapped in live with Carisha. It's fucking different.
Oh my God, it's fucking lit. Thank you so much. So I'm about to take over the media industry. You will be seeing a lot more of me. I definitely
Where
plan
are
on
you? Where are you? You're
I'm in Atlanta. But I did go to LA for a big show that I hosted with Caesar from Black Ink last week, and I love the city. I fell in love with it, so I definitely want
no.
to start looking for more bookings in LA. So I'm gonna make my way over there to the West Coast.
Ty. LA is not where I'm not in LA, but yeah,
How far
that's
are you from LA though?
like 6 hours.
Jesus, oh my God. Do you know a DJ Robbie De Niro?
I don't. I'm
Okay.
unfamiliar.
I'm gonna tag you with him. He's super dope. He's a DJ I met out there. He's got a nice following. I know he'll love your music.
No, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for the interview and have a blessed day. And you're amazing.
Of course, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're making me blush. Okay, I have to go.
All right.
Goodbye.